What if I told you the strongest man in the world was defeated not by an army, not by a monster, but by a secret? This is the story of Samson. Samson wasn't just strong, he was ridiculously strong. While most people struggled to carry simple things, Samson lifted massive stones like it was nothing. People looked at him like, "Are you even human?"
One day, something unexpected happened. A lion appeared right in front of him. Now, most people would run. Samson didn't. He stood there, calm, unmoving. The lion roared and charged. But Samson didn't panic. He took one step forward and stomped the ground with all his strength. The earth shook, dust rose into the air. The lion stopped. Its roar turned into hesitation, and slowly it backed away. And then it ran, just like that. Samson didn't chase it, didn't celebrate. He simply stood there, as if it was nothing. But then, everything changed, because right after that moment, he saw someone. Her name was Delilah, and the moment Samson saw her, something inside him shifted. Around her, he wasn't the unstoppable warrior anymore. He tried to act confident, sometimes even a little funny, like when he sat down too fast and broke a chair without meaning to. Delilah laughed, and Samson smiled. But behind her smile, there was a secret. People had been watching Samson for a long time. They wanted to know where his strength came from, and they asked Delilah for help. At first, she wasn't sure what to do, but slowly, she began to ask Samson the same question, again and again. Where does your strength come from? Samson joked at first, giving answers that weren't true. But Delilah kept asking, again and again and again, until one day, Samson finally told her the truth. "If my hair is cut, my strength will leave me." That night, while Samson slept, Delilah made a choice she would soon regret. His hair was cut. And when Samson woke up, his strength was gone. The strongest man in the world was now just a man. He tried to fight, but this time he couldn't. He was captured, and his enemies took everything from him, even his sight. Now Samson could no longer see the world, but for the first time, he began to see himself. Days passed, then weeks, then months. His hair slowly began to grow again. And somewhere far away, Delilah sat alone, thinking about the choice she made. She remembered his smile, his kindness, and the way he trusted her. And for the first time, she felt something heavy in her heart. Regret. Back in the temple, Samson was brought before a crowd. People laughed, pointed. They remembered who he used to be. But Samson stood quietly. No anger. No pride. Just one final request. He asked to be placed between two great pillars, the ones holding the entire temple. But this moment was bigger than it seemed. For many years, the Philistines had been enemies of Samson's people. They had power, they had control, and they treated others unfairly. And now they believed they had won. That day, the temple was full of people celebrating. They were offering thanks to their God, saying their victory came from him. They laughed, they pointed at Samson, and they made fun of the God he believed in.
To them, this was the end of Samson's story. But Samson knew it wasn't the end yet. Because in that moment, he remembered something important. His strength was never just for himself. It had a purpose. For a long time, he had forgotten that. He made mistakes. He trusted the wrong person. He lost focus. But now, he wanted to make things right. Not out of anger, but out of purpose. He placed his hands on the pillars, closed his eyes, and took a deep breath. Not asking for power, but asking for one last chance to do what was right. And in that moment, his strength returned, not just in his arms, but in his purpose. With everything he had, he pushed. The pillars began to move, the ground shook, and the temple came down in one powerful moment.
And just like that, the story of Samson came to an end. The strongest man who learned that strength alone is not enough. And Delilah, no one knows exactly what happened to her after that day. But one thing is certain. She had to live with the choice she made. The memory of someone who trusted her, and the moment she broke that trust. Because some choices don't just change a moment, they stay with us. Samson's story is not really about strength, it's about choices. Because Samson was strong, but he trusted the wrong thing. And Delilah, she chose something she could never take back. We all have something important, something valuable, something that makes us who we are. And not everyone who comes close to us comes with good intentions.
Sometimes, the greatest danger doesn't come from enemies, but from the moments we let our guard down. Because what makes us strong can also be what makes us vulnerable if we don't protect it. So think about it. Who do you trust? What are you giving away without even realizing? And most importantly, what are you protecting?